This is for you. Welcome back to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. This is your Aries reading for July 26th. Let's take a look and see what your energy is coming this week. I got through 3. I like to do them as many as I can in a row because then I get inconsistent. It's been rough. All right, let's take a look and see what your Aries reading looks like for this week and what your energy is like. Ooh, the moon. So my weekend's emotional overflow popped into my head as I was shuffling the deck for Aries. And I was about to say, hope you're doing well with this emotional overflow. And the very first card that came out was the moon. So the moon card, right next to the 2 of Cups. Emotion, emotion, emotion. So you've got this tension that's going on because of these emotions. You're feeling as if you're kind of backed into a corner or feeling a little defensive and tender right now. We've got the 7 of Swords, which is letting things go. So what is it that you've let go? Maybe it was this sense of tension that you have. We have the 5 of Wands, which feels you're backed into a corner. I'm seeing the World card, the Page of Wands. You're learning something new. Who is it that you're having a conflict with? Where is this tension coming up? We have the 5 of Swords, crossed swords, 2 parties facing off in a dojo. Hi-ya! What is it you're going at it about? I do see the Temperance card, which is a self-reflection, something that talks to us about both self-reflection and also about, this is our card for balance, right? It's about like our give and take, where things are balanced, where they are not. This is something we achieve or strive for, which is that beyond duality kind of thing where we find the space in the middle, not, too heavy on one side or the other. Page of Wands tells me that you're learning something new. You've got the Death card. Everything right now is all about transformation. Each and every one of my readings today involved the Death card. So here you go, Aries. You have some change coming along. You've got the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is my card for emotions. This is feeling emotionally impulsive, feeling it welling up within you, uncontrollable. Doesn't mean that you're not navigating or managing them well. It just feels like they're big, right? So you have this angel on one shoulder, devil on the other kind of energy with the 2 of Wands. So that's either listening to 2 different parties where somebody over here is saying, you should leave, and someone else going, no, you should really stay and work it out. These are these 2 different things, these elements that cause us to sit in the middle and get a little stuck. What I am seeing from you is strength. Now the Strength card talks to us about balance coming from wisdom, right? So that kind of keys into your Temperance card. So the Strength card, if you think of past trauma or dark night of the soul, what did they teach you? Sometimes these catalysts are something that really bring out the best in us. One person can get pregnant in high school and they go a mess, and someone else can get pregnant in high school and it galvanizes them. They realize they have something else or better to do. It's just what we choose to do with that catalyst. I'm not seeing the Tower card. This isn't something that's going to come in and like a wrecking ball and wreck your life. This is just something where we're emotionally entangled with the outcome so much that we can't perceive things objectively. So this card right here with Strength, it talks to you about using wisdom. So that means, what does that even mean? Like, how do I use wisdom? Well, the only way you can have wisdom is one of 2 ways. You either acquire it from past experience and learning the lessons, making bad choices, or even experiencing it with someone else or watching someone go through it and be like, I don't want that. However, now that you're in the situation, there's this moment where you have to, really rely on your own education, your own internal compass in order to guide you on this. And it basically just means to trust yourself, use wisdom, think clearly, don't move too fast. With the Knight of Cups involved, our emotions cause us to be a little reactive. And so what does a caged animal do? They bite, they run, they cry, they hide. And so those are some of the things where we feel, fear, even though we don't really have a real association with fear normally. We do, but not like the elements that we live amongst causing us to have a healthy respect and understanding of what real fear and danger look like. So fear is totally a construct of our imagination. Like, how afraid are we really? And this is your cue to power through this, so to speak. Balance is in play. The Death card is in play. The World card, like having more, is in play as well. Page of Wands, nobody likes to start over. And you have this intuition that's kicking you. You've got the Moon card, and the Moon card's all about fear, right? So the Moon card is that necessary journey. I used to say this was like coming to America back when You got on a boat and it took 3 months and you didn't really have any information on what was on the other side. So it was blind faith. And it was probably a pretty fearful time to try and do something new, right? So this card right here, the moon, talks about fear, but necessary journey. Necessary for you. All right, let's pull some cards from Mystic Dreamer and see how your moon reading is, Aries. Book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. Please like, subscribe, and follow me on my YouTube, Karma on Deck. I think it's Karma on Deck Psychic, but it's whatever. You know where you can find me. I love it. That's my favorite platform, but you can see the picture-in-picture there of your reading, so you can see the cards in play. Let's see here for your moon reading. Here we go, Aries. Boom. Now, I'm blown away by this. I swear, even though I'm doing these daily, and I've been doing this for 20-something years, it still blows my mind at how thematic and consistent the cards can be, no matter how I shuffle. I used to worry about shuffling over and over and over again. Maybe they're just still together, and it kind of doesn't matter. I've had readings 2 or 3 times where cards will come out exactly the same. And again, the very first thing that came up in your moon reading was the moon card, which was the first card that came up in your general spread. I love congruencies between these 2 decks. It's amazing. So think about the old story where they say you have 2 wolves inside you, which one grows and which one doesn't, the one that you feed. So what are you feeding? Because you've got this wolf here in the middle and he's got 2 paths. And the fear, we feel like we're being exposed in some ways. Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, King of Cups, emotion. So your desire right now is to make better decisions and have more EQ. I don't know if you're spending too much time on the internet or social media. You have the Hierophant card, which tells me that you're trying to learn here. However, there's a lot of arrogance that comes with the Hierophant card. There's a lot of hubris and pride. And it tells us that, you know, in order to get the things that you want, the thing that might be in the way from attaining it is your pride. And again, we'll go back to what things look like. You even have Temperance card in exactly the same spot as it was on the general spread. Mind-blowing. You should definitely check this out in the picture-in-picture. So we have the Knight of Wands. Again, the pledge, the thing that you're asking for, laying yourself out in front of things. I do see the 2 of Cups, which is love, and the 4 of Wands. I see that some of you might be out there on the dating world, and it's just a little too overwhelming, and you're tired of it all, and you're just making the best of a bad situation kind of thing. But I will say that these cards are just an emotional wave. These elements of emotion are at play in your life, and you're very confused. You're feeling as if there's more that you want, and bringing it into closer to you instead of as a concept has been something that's on your brain. So what is it that you're asking for? And sometimes we need to go from being rescued, right, and being surviving, going into thriving. And it's a very different behavior model than it is to just survive. So making the best of a bad situation is literally where you are, making best of what you have, etc. I'm pulling one more card. 10 of Pentacles is your next card, and that's your legacy. So you want to move from what you're doing now to what you're leaving behind. Now, whether that's emotional, spiritual, or physical, financial, can be in either direction, but that's your biggest concern, is like, how am I showing up, and what is my influence really looking like? Let's pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. See, this is why I got to quit this last one. I think these are damaged too. Here we go. This is your oracle card for the week. Fickle. Ooh, flowers. So, inconsistent. You'll get inconsistent results if you are inconsistent. I want you to think about meditation. Okay, I'm teaching a class on meditation coming up in November, and I had to write it all out, and I was talking about some of the things that are so valuable about meditation, one of which being proprioception, listening to your body. So it's talking to us all the time, but we never slow down long enough to listen unless it's screaming, I'm hungry or I'm tired. But fickle, flowers, being so inconsistent, or not giving ourselves enough attention that we can't really decide what it is that we want. So in meditation, it's not only proprioception, which is the first thing that comes up, awareness of the body and ourself within it, and then ourself on the planet, and then the environment. The next thing that comes from us is listening to that voice. We can hear that voice, and then we recognize that it's so scattered. And then after it's so scattered, we decide that we want to organize it. And then after we've organized it, we can sit in it and be at peace. It's the only way you can attain any peace at all, is to take control of that one machine that you have here in your brain. and decide how it goes instead of it telling you. So, in order to not be reactive and be responsive, it really does take that mental acuity and meditation. I would encourage you to try it, or at least get a little bit more organized with it, or even give it an attempt at all. If you want some help with that, reach out to me. Like I said, book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com, or any of the other services. There is a Tarot 101 class coming up again. That next series should be in another week or two. Gonna wait for the times to see who's interested first so I can accommodate different scheduled times. So let me know where you sit with that. Thank you for hanging out with me. Like I said, like, subscribe, share.